Good evening, everyone. We're going to call the meeting to order. Can you please join us for the pledge? Good evening, everyone. Just going to read the board meeting comments. We thank you for coming. We appreciate your taking the time to attend our meeting and welcome your comments. The Board of Education would like to remind community members that meetings are not public forums. Rather, they are business meetings held in public where dialogue is not normally conducted with audience members. If you would like to share your thoughts with the board, please state your name and address and limit your comments to 5 minutes. Please understand we will not respond to your comments or questions at this time, but if you would like a response, please be sure to include your phone number or email address on the sign-in sheet by the door. Please note that public comments for items on the agenda will occur during the first comment section and all other comments occurring during the second comment section. Comments should be in reference to a school topic or interest and not an individual or employee position. Speakers are asked to be respectful as we regularly have students attending these meetings as part of their coursework. Anyone who wishes to address the board, please step up to the podium and turn on the microphone so we can all hear your comments. Thank you. Our first order is item number 2 is correspondence. We don't have any tonight. Moving to item number 3 is public comments session for items that are on tonight's agenda. We do not have anyone signed up for that. Moving to item number 4 is presentations and guests, and tonight we have two parts. It's part A is going to be the Battle of the Books presentation by Jessica Diamond and Matt Haynes.
Good. All right. Hi, everyone. Matt Haynes, teacher here, obviously, and one of the proud coaches of the Battle of the Books team.
Hi, Jessica Diamond. I am our secondary school librarian and also one of the proud coaches.
I'm Abby, a student here.
I'm Ava. I'm also a student here, and we were Battle of the Books champions.
We also want to recognize Caitlin Sauer and
Angie Flores.
So what they didn't say is they're only 8th graders. I mean, not only, but they are 8th graders. So this competition is 7th through 12th. So as 8th graders, they are on the younger side for the competition. I just want to give some history on what Battle of the Books is. So Battle of the Books started in 2014. Mr. Haynes has been the coach for Tri-Valley. Since then, we took a 2-year break during COVID. It truly is a partnership with the school and the Daniel Pierce Library. So Battle of the Books is a RIM-Pocatskill Library System competition. It is driven by public library teams, but because we are such a great community, we have a good partnership with them, and we provide the team, and then they provide additional support for us, like they give us a room, they feed us pizza over the summer, we practice, and we represent them and Tri-Valley as the team. I do think my history as the public library director and now the librarian here at the school is that I have not seen a partnership like this in the Battle of the Books competition at all. I do truly think that this is a great model that I continue to try to push through the library system and let the public library and the school libraries know that this is how you can be successful, is through that partnership that we have. And hopefully that it will continue to grow in the county if people base it off of our model. It's a quiz bowl type competition. I'm going to let the girls tell you about what it was like to practice and to compete, but they read 9 books over the summer in their own time. and they devoted a lot of time to us. I just want to thank administration and the board for all of the support all year, over the summer, the busing to get us there. And I want to make sure that we publicly thank Daniel Pierce Library for their support as well with the room and the food. And they treated the kids to ice cream afterwards. So they were really great. And our liaison was Miss Lisa Carroll, who was fabulous. So we just want to make sure that we're recognizing them in public as well.
Starting last school year, we had a total of 7 practices, 5 during the summer and 2 during the school year. During these practices, we used keywords and practice questions to help guide us through how the competition would work. We also focused on communication and teamwork, and that really helped us in the competition.
We went all the way to SUNY Orange College in Middletown to compete against 10 libraries, and it was very intense Quiz Bowl style competition. And with our talking experience in all of the practices, we went all the way up to semifinals, and then we beat that team and we went to the finals. And then our last question, we won, and then we got all this stuff afterwards. And then we got goodie bags afterwards from the people at SUNY Orange. And all of the teams got 7 books each, a player. And it was pretty great for them to do that for us.
So they're completely underselling the intensity. Like I tell you, you have 2 teams up here. They have this buzzer. There's a full question they're supposed to read out. It never got past probably half the question before someone was buzzing in. And they're being very humble too. We had a couple close matches. We had a couple matches that were not close. I mean, they were totally prepared. Jess and I are sitting in our seats, can't talk at the edge of our seats. The match gets done. Like I'm shaking and I'm not even up there. Like it's that intense. I just want to make sure, we understand really how big of a deal this is for us. I know it's not flashy like a sporting event, or we're not traveling far like some of our clubs, but these kids devoted a lot of their summer, meeting with us 5 times, reading 9 books. Like that's a lot. And really the commitment from the team, and the fact that, as I mentioned, we're a really young team. Caitlin was the only member who's been on a team before. The other 3 were brand new. At my time doing it, over these 10 years, I've never seen a team less than 5 win. That's how many people you're allowed to have up there. We started our team with 10 people. That's what we're allowed to have, 5 at a time, but due to commitments over the summer, we lost so many people. So couldn't be more proud of these girls, and especially proud of the fact that they represented Tri-Valley for what Tri-Valley is. They were a team. I would say they're probably the only team that worked as a unit together. There were some other good players in other teams, but there were no other teams there, in my opinion. This was the only team. And they showcased incredible sportsmanship. So every match they got done, they went over to the other team, they shook their hands, they congratulated them. Could not be more proud. We are on the front page. They are on the front page of the Townsman. So if you get to see that. And also with winning this competition, we receive a first place banner that we get to keep for the year, which is probably hanging in the Daniel Pierce Library right now. So thank you. And again, incredibly proud. And if you want to have any questions for the girls, I'm sure they'd be happy to answer.
It was a great presentation. Thank you.
I have a question for the girls. What was your favorite book that you read?
My favorite book was Firekeeper's Daughter because it had so many great comments and all of that big ideas that I feel like 7th through 12th wouldn't really understand. And they were such big, complex topics. And it was just my favorite book because it explained all that context.
My favorite book was Tweet Cube by Emma Lord. It was more of a lighter book as compared to Ava's, but it was a quick, easy, fun read.
Hold on, we have one more.
If I may, who were the other participants on the team from Tri-Valley?
Caitlin Sauer, who is a junior, right? And Angie Flores, who's an 8th grader.
Thank you.
Okay, moving to 4B. It's the presentation by the elementary school principal, Mr. Richard Biebenroth.
Tried. All right. Good evening, everyone. Whoop. All right. Good evening. Today was our first day of school, and we got to welcome our students back. But before that happened, I want to thank, and I'm going to be missing people. I want to thank all our summer staff, making sure the building was ready to open, buildings and ground, our office staff, making sure we were ready for children, teachers and aides who prepped their classroom, our admin team, our board, and with all their hard work, we opened our doors. Also, there was orientations and screenings of UPK students, language screenings, all of these things that happened before we opened our doors, let us open our doors. My first year teaching, a long time ago, I read this quote from a book that someone gave me. They said, the most important day of a person's education is the first day of school, not graduation day. The first day of school sets the tone of how you're going to like school, whether it's pre-K or every year you have a new chance to start new. And it really helps to have excited students. And it really is, that's what sets the tone for the whole school career. Okay. I want to thank Superintendent Long for this great idea. She might be sharing it. But our students had an opportunity, our teachers decorated our sidewalks. I don't know if you saw it when you came in, decorated it with little slogans and stuff for our students. They loved it. The hopscotch was a big hit. As you can see in the next picture, you could see some random students. I think they weren't sure if they were allowed to do it. You could see a few walk up, and then we kind of gave them the okay. They enjoyed it. A few teachers did it as well, just walking down, leading groups. Smiley faces. We did have a few criers, pre-K, kindergarten. You're always going to have criers, but at the end of the day, they were all smiling. I walked around classrooms, and some of our toughest crying students were as happy as could be. Okay. We opened with 479 students. Our enrollment's up. Last year in June, we were at 464 students. This year, today, we're at 489 students. That's a 5% increase. So those numbers are significant. Our universal pre-K is close to capacity. We have 6 seats left. So that could be filled. And also with helping with these numbers, thanks to funding and planning, we have full day aides in kindergarten and first grade. Over the next few days, starting tomorrow, we're going to have bear expectation assemblies. We're going to teach our students what it means to be a bear and the pride that we have in our school and our community. They're going to understand what the Bear Award is, and that's an award that we'll be giving. And we want to make sure they understand the rules and the pride. And we're really going to go over the importance of attendance. Today, we're at 97.96%. That number is probably higher. There's always 1 or 2 students who have transferred that we haven't gotten official paperwork yet, but it's a good start. It's where we want to be. All right. Also, next week, we start evacuation drills. We need to be safe. We need to be prepared. So we have fire drills. We have a bus drill. We go over the review of the buses. Students, secondary students, help our students slide out of the buses, which is a great thing. They're very helpful. They love to help, and that's a great preparation. So we'll be having a bus drill as well as fire drills. It's pretty quick. Are there any questions?
Quick question about UPK. How many sections of UPK are there? You said there's 6 spots remaining. If it was there, it might
There's
have
three sections.
3 sections.
Yes.
Thank you.
Anything else? All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving to item number 5 is the superintendent's report by Ms. Erin Long.
Good evening, Tri-Valley. This will be very quick. This week, we welcome back our staff on Tuesday and Wednesday. We had an excellent 2 days. We kept it pretty simple, a lot of review of processes and procedures. Thanks to Mr. Whitaker, we had an excellent cookout. We were out there grilling in the warm weather. And but we had a great time. The food was wonderful, and we appreciate everybody that helped out with that. And Wednesday was a day for our staff to work with their buildings, prospective buildings, and have their opening meetings, etc. And yes, yesterday afternoon it was great. We got out the chalk, and everybody wrote messages to our students, and that was well received this morning. Today was just a blast. So I got here bright and early. I was riding around on the golf cart, drinking a cup of coffee about 6:15, waiting for the balloons to arrive, and it was just me and the deer and Jesse. And it was a lovely morning, and we couldn't wait to get the buses in. And so the buses came in, and all the kids got off. I think we were waiting for 2 to pull in, and everybody's on the radio. Are we ready? Are we ready? And then boom, everybody came in. So it was nice. It was a great start to the day. Lastly, I just want to remind everyone, we just finished our audit with our financial audit, and our auditor, Justin, will be here in the district with us on Thursday, October 5th for a 6:00 policy meeting with our audit committee. No, 6:00 audit committee meeting. And then he'll be presenting to our board on the 5th as well.
Thank you, Ms. Long. Moving to item number 6 is items the board wants pulled from tonight's consent agenda. Do we have anything? Moving to item 7, the consent agenda. Can I have a motion to approve the consent agenda, recommended action, including the business portion?
Motion.
Motion by Pat,
Second.
second by Rose. Please proceed to vote.
Aye. May, could we possibly have the names of the sub appointments read out loud for the public knows? Because I think it's out of respect for the subs, and I think the public would like to know who they are and how they are graciously wanting to come to Tri Valley and help out. Is that something that's doable, or?
You're talking about the list?
Yeah, the list.
I could read them.
Thank you.
Norma? I can't hear you. Yeah, once we approve it, yeah. That is unanimous. Thank you. Be it resolved, the board approves the consent agenda, recommended action, including the business portion, items 7A through N. And the names are that the board reappoints is as follows. Laura Denman, Anita Jones, Shelley Curry, Jenny Harb, Louise Delayed, Leonore Egan, Susan LaMonica, Dana McCarthy, Ginger Coombe, Lisa Carroll, Taylor Cox, Andrea Decker, Shane Williams, Denise Fassi, Ashley Lawrence, Samantha Raymond, Connie Beach, Victoria Sweat, Mark Bose, Trevor Dibble, Casey Dibble, Jordan Carmody, Matthew Tierney, Juliana Kessler, Vincent Kurzrock, Athena Hopkins, Victoria Siciliano, Bernadette Mickelson, Cameron Moore, Macy Shamro, Rebecca Musa, Joseph Leisure, Ayana Morea.
Thank you.
Okay, moving to item number 8 is the board policy summary sheet. It is just for information only. I think next month, or at the end of the month, we'll be moving on that. Item number 9 is old business. There's nothing I'm aware of. Item number 10 is public comment session for items that are not on tonight's agenda. And we have one person signed up, Mr. Bob Curry. Welcome, Bob.
This is probably one of them nights where I shouldn't say anything, but I will. I realize you had a vacancy on the board, and I know it was advertised. I heard about it from my sister-in-law in Florida who reads the Townsman, and I did put a letter in. And the only reason I'm speaking tonight is because I want people out there to know that there's a position available. Even though I applied for it, I don't want any accusations from the board or anybody else, you know, that it wasn't advertised or something. So this is an advertisement. There's a position open. And what I'm not saying is, or what I'm saying that it's not, you know, I don't know how to put this. I'm not accusing anybody of not advertising. I'm not saying anything negative about the board, but I just want it to be out there that there is a position available. I did apply for it.
Okay. Thank you, Bob.
Thanks, Bob.
Okay, moving along to item number 11 is announcements, reminders, and upcoming events. Amanda?
I will be brief this evening, but I just wanted to commend everyone for such a wonderful day today. It was amazing to see, and me being my first year and Mr. Fantini's as well, walking the halls today, the smiles, everyone being welcomed back, seeing everyone in the hallways. It was really amazing. And I think something that stuck to me the most was at the end, and we're all in dismissal mode, and students are walking out, and I'm asking them, you know, what was your favorite class today? And immediately they were pointing out classes that they loved and teachers that they were excited to see and students that they were excited to see. And then I was like, oh, what was maybe your least favorite class? And they hesitated every single time. And it took them a while, and they were like, oh, you know, I don't know. I have to think about it. But every single person immediately was just so thrilled and excited to share about their favorite class and their favorite teachers and seeing everybody. So it was just such a great experience, and everyone had such a wonderful day. Our hallways were full of laughter and excitement, and it was just a wonderful experience. So I want to commend everyone on such a great opening day, and all of the work that was put in over the summer and throughout the year is definitely showing. So thank you.
Great, thank you. Moving to item number 12, new business. We have a couple of appointments, two. So appointment A is a teacher aide for the 2023 to 2024. Can I have a motion to appoint the teacher aide?
Motion.
Motion by Tim,
Second.
second by Rose. Any discussion? Please proceed to vote.
Aye.
That is unanimous. Thank you. Be it resolved upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools that the Board of Education at its September 7th, 2023 meeting approves the appointment of Kalani Ray Miller to a teacher aide position pending fingerprint clearance commencing to be determined. This appointment is at step 4, $15.25 an hour as per the current TESA contract for the 2023-2024 school year. Total salary is 15.25 times 6.75 hours per day at 180 days is $18,528.75 prorated. Thank you. Moving to item number 12B is an appointment of a substitute teacher 2023-2024. Can I have a motion to accept the appointment of the substitute teacher?
Motion.
Motion by Rose, second.
Second.
Second by Tammy. Any discussion? Please proceed to vote.
Aye.
That is unanimous. Thank you. Be it resolved upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools that the Board of Education at its September 7th, 2023 meeting approves the appointment of Diana Turbush to a substitute teacher position effective September 7th, 2023. Thanks. Moving to item number 13 is board comments session. Brent, anything?
Thanks for a great opening day, successful. And the locker night was very good. Thank you.
Travis?
Sure. Welcome, everybody, 2023, 2024. It sounds like it was a fun first day. Thank you, staff. Thank you, administration, for what you're doing. Sounds like a lot of positive, great ideas this school year. And I say thank you for that.
Thank you, Travis. George?
If I may, I add to that, I welcome all the staff and students back to Tri-Valley for a new and exciting year. I'm sorry? I wanted to make sure I got that out there. I have a question. I'm not familiar with everything, but on one of the exhibits here, it's the EBLAR Reserve. What exactly is that? It's $350,000.
I beat you to that one. Go ahead, Bob.
What's that? I'm sorry?
I beat you to that one. Bob has the answer.
Well, that's
So-
good.
Employee Accrued Liability Reserve. The reserve that the state of New York allows school districts to put excess fund balance into. So everyone, member of the board here, if you were employees here, when you hit, and it's open to interpretation, but at age 45, I deem that you might retire within 10 years. And depending upon which bargaining unit you're a member of, you have employee benefits that we have to pay out upon retirement. So I do a calculation annually based upon vacation and sick time, based upon employee, the collective bargaining agreements, and I come up with a number. That number this year, my compensated absence report as of June 30th, 2023 was just under $1 million. This reserve had not quite that amount much money. We have a few retirees coming next year, so it allows us to put money there to pay out our retirees. So it's not part of the general fund money that we vote on during the year, but it's a use of a reserve that is recommended and approved by the Office of the State Controller. That reserve fund has been, I can't remember the date, I want to say 1997, that it's been part of the district's plan. But at the end of the year, you just take a look at that and knowing I actively use that. In the past 4 years, we've used it a lot because we've had a group of retirees every year.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'd like to compliment the administration. The employment applications are very thorough and something new to look at and very enjoyable to look at. And I thank you for that. Another thing I'd like to compliment the superintendent. On her signature, it's very legible. So thank you for that. Thank you.
Thank you, George. Tammy?
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to thank all the staff for a wonderful welcome back day. Miss Long for the beautiful balloon arches. They were well received, and the artwork on the sidewalk was as well. I'd just like to mention in a copy of this month's copy of Manor Inc. newspaper, which is put out by the Livingston Manor Library, there is an article on page 3 covering the Bear Bash. It's a great article. I do have extra copies. And it was written by a Tri-Valley sophomore. That's it.
Thank you, Tammy. Rose?
I would like to congratulate our Battle of the Books winners. That is a huge accomplishment, and we are so proud of you ladies. I would also like to welcome back all of our students and staff. It sounds like it was a wonderful day, and I wish you a great and successful year.
Thank you, Rose. Tim?
Day one, getting through day one in anything is an accomplishment. Getting 1,000 kids into a school and everybody home safe. Everyone in my household was happy. I'm really impressed. And we talked Last year, we talked about making things welcoming here and making the kids want to come here. And you guys just nailed it today. So great job. Little tidbit that I noticed today, my daughter has 3 teachers that I had at Tri-Valley, right? And that, to me, it speaks to the testament of the culture that we're trying to develop here, right? We want teachers here to stay. We want employees that want to be here and they want to build and be a part of the team. So really fantastic. And I'm happy that we're off to a new year.
Thank you, Tim. Pat?
Just welcome back, everybody. Best wishes for a successful, healthy year for everybody. Attendance is one of my things. To the kids out there, your attendance is going to make you successful. There's a group of staff that are here that want you to succeed. We want you to succeed. The administrators want you to succeed. And being here is the biggest part in that. So just try your hardest and show up. It's important. Thank you.
Thank you, Pat. And congratulations on a great first day, everyone. And can I have a motion to adjourn? Motion by Tim,
Second.
second by Tammy. Please proceed to vote.
Aye.
That is unanimous. Be it resolved, the board is adjourned at 7:32 p.m. Thank you all for coming and have a safe ride home.